Okay, guys, today we're going to be talking about some vocabulary words that we're going to need as we start this new unit. So, I want to make sure that we all know the vocabulary words and we know these important topics so that when we are reading and writing and working, we are all on the same page. So, here we go. We got animal. So, an animal is something that is alive. An animal is something that is alive. It's a creature that eats food or needs nutrients. And we'll talk about what nutrients is in just a minute. So there's lots of different kinds of animals, and we're going to be talking about those different kinds of animals as this week, next week, and honestly, for a long time, we're going to be talking about different kinds of animals. And we're going to be talking about how they're different from each other, how they're the same as each other. We're going to be talking about animals so much y'all wouldn't believe. But an animal is a creature that is alive that needs nutrients to survive. Okay? An animal is different from a plant. All right, so grass is not an animal. So when we're thinking about that, think about animals versus plants. Okay. Habitat. Habitat is this word. A habitat is a place where something can live. A habitat is a place where something can live. A lot of habitats are classified, and we're going to talk about that word in just a second. But a lot of habitats are put into groups. They're going to have the same kinds of things happening in all those different groups. A habitat includes the animals that live there, the plants that live there, the weather, all those factors, all those things go together to make a habitat. Your habitat might be your house, and inside your habitat, you have your kitchen, you have a bed, you have your clothes, you've got your family that lives there, or maybe your pets that live there. All those things make up your habitat. It's kind of like the setting. It's a place where things happen. And there are different kinds of habitats. And some of the kinds have the same thing, some of them have different things, okay? So classify, here's a word that I just used that I said we're going to work on. Classify means to put into groups. To put into groups. We classify shapes and we put them into groups based on how many sides they have. We can classify animals based on where they live or what they look like or what they eat. We can classify our friends by maybe I have 4 boyfriends and 3 girlfriends. I have 4 friends with red hair, 2 friends with blonde hair, 1 friend with black hair, all those different kinds of ways to classify something. Classify just means to put it in a group with things that are like it. You might classify your laundry. You might put all of your jeans together and all of your towels together. You might classify your toys and put all of your Barbie dolls in one spot, all your Legos in one spot. Classify just means to put in groups with things that are like that, like each other. Our next word is rely, and this is a great verb. Rely. Look at the picture. You probably rely on your parents to help you with things. You rely on your mom or your dad to make sure that there's food at your house. You rely on them to get you where you need to go. Rely means depend on. Rely means that you can count on them. I rely on my husband to make sure that he pays the bills for our house. And if I couldn't rely on him, that means I couldn't trust him to do that. But I can trust him to do that, so I rely on him. You can trust your mom and dad to have clean clothes for you, so you can rely on them to have clean clothes for you. Your pets can rely on you to feed them. You're always going to feed them. That's something that you're going to take responsibility for, you're going to take care of. They can rely on you. When we're talking about animals and classifications and these survivor units that we're doing, I might say that some animals rely on something. That means they have to have it and that it always happens. So, for instance, fish rely on the fact that water is going to be there. If you're a fish, you know there's going to be water. So fish rely on the water. That's a really silly example. Let's think of a better one. Squirrels rely on acorns. They need acorns to live, and they know the acorns are going to be there. If the acorns were not there, they would not be able to live, and they would not be able to rely on the acorns. So rely means that you can depend on it, you can count on it, you have to have it, and you know it's going to happen. Nutrients. Nutrients is what makes our bodies big and strong. When you eat food, you get a lot of nutrients. There's things in food that are good for you, like vitamins and minerals. Those are nutrients that your body needs. Sometimes you drink water. That's something that your body needs. Nutrients is what your body takes out of the food to help you live. So when you eat a piece of bread, okay, your body takes out all the good stuff that you need, the vitamins and the minerals, and hangs on to it. It hangs on to those nutrients. The rest of it, it says, we'll see you later, and your tummy breaks it down, and then you go to the bathroom, and it leaves. But the nutrients stay in your body. Animals eat grass or other animals to get nutrients. Okay? So the words we talked about were nutrients, rely, classify, habitat, and animal. And these were our vocabulary words for this section. Okay, so I will see you guys next time when we talk about vocabulary. Bye!